which was really strange. Not sure why that happened, but we're gonna go back to doing this again, I suppose. So I guess there will be more than one episode, but they'll both be uploaded at the same time, so it doesn't really matter. But anyways, this boss fight is just really hard. But like I said, having anything on really just doesn't change anything. Like, it genuinely doesn't feel like having a shield is gonna fix this. It doesn't seem to be doing anything. And they tell you can block all. I mean, with the Artorias' great shield, yeah, but I don't have his great shield because I don't have Sif's soul, so I can't really use that, you know? I do want to see, because I don't really need to block his physical attacks. I don't give a shit about those. Those are easy to dodge. I can dodge those easy. What I need to know is how to deal with his, because you can get, or if there's any way that you can, like, deal with those projectiles easier. Because it would make this a lot easier. The silver pendant. All of it. A tool. Deflects dark magic. I'm guessing that it needs. Found in a chest in a hidden room in the Oolacile Township. Use light source, cast light to reveal an illusory wall. Time period is very small. Practically the same for parrying. Oh. Interesting. So this is probably the trump card for his second phase, you know. He has no grab. His tail cannot be cut off. He starts doing his dark magic as his health drops below 60%. His magic attacks are blockable. Dark Circle must be blocked by turning away from menace, but they will still deal a small amount of physical damage. Okay. Dark Rain can be dodged by rolling backwards. Dark Wave can be dodged by rolling sideways, and Dark Circle can be dodged by running toward him. Oh, so it's a time to attack him, huh? Okay. Well, then maybe I can solve it then. Okay. Yeah, because his frenzy attack is the one that gets me. That's like the hardest part about this boss fight is that shit. Because that first phase is devastating without dealing with that, or when you have to deal with that fucking move. Because you can block the spells, so I could just turn and block the spells, but it says I could just go close to him and I could avoid it because it won't hit him. It'll cease just before it reaches him. So I could just run up to him and start wailing on him during the spell cast, and it won't hit me because I'll be close to him. I'm gonna try and solo him again. I'm probably gonna die, but I'm gonna kill these guys and try and get a humanity. So that way I can go back, or not go back, so that way if I die, and probably will, and when I die, really, I can come back and get Sif too, and maybe I'll be able to do it then. Where'd you come from? Man, I just want to fucking beat this boss so I can go kill Glenn. That's all I want, man. We're so close. I got into half health too. We can definitely do this. We're almost there. We can do it. But yeah. I don't know. It felt nice to kind of bare my soul a little bit, you know, and talk about stuff on my mind. I try not to talk about Black Lives Matter too much. Not like in my own perspective and my own light, just because, you know, their struggles are not really my place to talk about. It's more so that I am pointing out that there's a reason why that their movement exists, and I think it's a very important movement, and I would prefer it if people were less judgmental of it, based entirely on the fact that somebody took advantage of the name and made a website for it, which I think is corny, because the movement was started in the wake of the death of somebody, and people decided to monetize it this year, and then, you know, and that's whatever, but that has nothing to do with the movement itself. Like, it's just something else. The actual movement is out there doing so many good things. Like, I had this discussion earlier, and I pointed it out there as well, that it was like, I don't know why people keep bringing up that this movement is founded on something bad, because it wasn't. I've heard people claim that more than once. It wasn't founded on something bad. It was founded around the death of George Zimmerman. Oh, right, I can't summon him. I just realized I can't summon him. Huh, well. That went fast. So I'm gonna open this can of Coca-Cola with coffee, vanilla, because it's really good. And then I'm gonna pop this Twin Humanity. And then I'm gonna fuck your bitch. But yeah. When it comes to the topic of Black Lives Matter and talking about Black Lives Matter, I support Black Lives Matter. I support Asian lives. I support Black lives. I support Native and trans lives. I support trans lives of all races and ethnicities and what have you, religions. You know, I know a lot of us trans people believe different things. I've met all different shades and colors of religion. You know, like there's a lot of there's definitely like I feel like if there was like a spectrum for religion, there would definitely be colors. Because there's a lot, like, there's some people that believe so specific stuff within other sects of religion. It's kind of nuts, you know, in a good way. You know, I like that there's so much diversity and polytheism, because I think that's kind of just how it should be in general, is that people shouldn't judge what other people believe as long as it's not hurting anyone, and as long as it's not causing detriment. Like, if people are causing actual problems with their beliefs, that's a little different, but everybody should be allowed to believe as they want, as long as nobody's getting hurt, you know? I'm friends with somebody that lives in Africa, actually. I would really love to visit Africa one day. I'd like to see some of the oldest ruins on the planet, you know, some of the places that have been around since Kemet times, you know. I want to see that kind of stuff. I want to explore, you know, I want to see places. I want to see the history of human beings and people of all races. I want to see, like, the old historical places in China and Japan. Japan especially. Japan is on my bucket list of most wanted places to visit, specifically for, like, their cultural landmarks and you know, like, their historical places and things like that. I want to learn about their history and about, like, you know, the things that happened with them, for them back in the day, and stuff like that, you know. I love learning about that. It's like with Viking culture. Like, when I first got into Norse mythology, it was because of, you know, Viking culture, and I love Viking culture, but I would never call myself a Viking. I think anybody calling themselves a Viking in the modern day and age is kind of corny, but I mean, you do you, man. But I mean, being a Viking is a job, not an ethnicity, and I don't want to be a Viking, you know? Being a Viking was hard, because the vast majority of Vikings were poor men and women that went to war and fought for their rich chieftains for their own money, so that they could pay for land from these rich chieftains, so they could raise a family on it, and barely survive, because it was difficult to live off the land out there, because of how the land was comprised. And that's how that is. You know, that's how that was back then. And they left their home to go to a totally different country so that they could steal and kill and... Oh my god, I almost fucking died. So that they could steal and kill and destroy and take because they needed to survive. You know? I would never have wanted to be one of them, but, you know? I also like the idea of living that way. Not in fear of my existence, obviously, you know, like having to worry about food on the table and stuff like that, but like to the extent of, I think the idea of living off the land and living a hard life like that is good. Damn, he still hit me. Healing? Jump attack? No. Well, that one. God, I hate it. I hate it because I'm scared to get close to him. Because I don't want him to do his frenzy attack. There it is. Oh, bad timing. Whoo! I almost fucking died there. See if I could really use your help right about now, sweetheart. I know you were waiting for an opening, but... You're backing up. I'm just not going to get close to him if he does that one, because that one's the one that'll do a lot of damage. Or that one. That one especially, because it does like half my health bar. Which means if I get hit with it at any less than full health, it'll kill me. Which is scary enough of a thought. Backing away. Dude, yeah, that's definitely what Gale's frenzy, like his multi-hit attack was based on, for sure. That looks exactly like, well, Gale's looks exactly like that, I guess I should say. That one has end lag like that. I thought it was just the jump attack that looked like that. That one too. What? They said that it would kill me. No. The article lied. Okay, it probably didn't lie. I probably just did it too late. I wasn't ready for it. I forgot that it happened so quick. I mean, you can definitely roll through the orbs, I imagine. It just is hard. So maybe if I just pivot and unlock and then look at the orbs, then I can just roll through them. But it's not going to be fucking easy. Especially not fucking solo, but I think I can do it. I ain't no bitch. This game's easy. This game's easy. But yeah, I just I want everybody in the world to be respected and happy, you know? That's what I want. I want all of my friends, no matter what color their skin is, to be able to be friends without being judged for it, you know? I want them to be able to live their lives without being treated differently for the way they look, whether it be their skin color or, you know, their physical appearance, like, you know, they have like disability or something. You know, my wife is disabled, you know, and my baby boy might be disabled too later in his life. I don't know yet. We won't know till he's born whether he'll have the same problems as she does. I won't know. That's something that I have to remember, and something that I have to think about every single day. You know, thankfully, the fact that I'm not disabled decreases his chances of being disabled, but it doesn't eliminate them, you know? So the importance of spreading the positivity of, you know, all people are equal, but not necessarily equal. All people are equal, but some people are different, you know? Some people are more prominent. Some people are born into their prominence. Some people are born into wealth. Some people are born into poverty. What the hell are these things? They're fucking creepy. I don't like them. I'm poisoned now. Oh. God. Son of a fucking word, man. Okay, I have humanities now. Still gonna just go in solo to try and solo. I'm probably gonna die, but I don't know. His moves are kind of like, I'm starting to figure out their timing. They're hard to time. He's very, very fast. He reminds me. Him and Gale are definitely very similar. I see it now. But I think with a little bit of practice, I can definitely take them down by myself. The second phase is not as bad as I thought. The projectiles are definitely pretty crazy, but it's not impossible by any means. I definitely think I can do it, for sure. I just gotta be a little more patient. But, yeah, no. Hopefully my son will not be influenced by the shitty racist people that live here, but we may not even be living around them for very much longer, so... I didn't roll in time because I'm trash. I almost actually killed myself there. Oh, yep. Oh, I thought I survived. I was like, what? I'm alive? That's okay. I'm not worried about it. But yeah, I'm hopefully gonna be able to raise my son to, you know, not look at a black person and think differently of them, or an Asian person, you know. Hopefully I'll be able to raise my son well enough to not see a trans person or a gay person and think differently of them, you know. I hope that I can raise my son to think that, and I'm gonna do my best to do so, you know. And hopefully he won't be influenced by the other shitty people here. So, but yeah, I just hope that I raise my son well. And I hope that I don't stir up anybody with the things that I've said tonight. If anything that I've said is out of turn, I promise that I don't intentionally say it out of turn. Sometimes I say things the wrong way, unintentionally. It's kind of an ADHD thing, but I'm not going to make excuses about it. I'm just going to say that I do sometimes say things incorrectly, and I entirely admit to that. But I don't have a single prejudice bone in my body. At least not, you know, towards people like that, you know. I don't think differently of people in any way. I've never seen, like, a single person and thought of them differently because they weren't like me, you know. And it's like I've said earlier, the only reason I feel like I should ever say that is because a lot of people are afraid of white people for very good reason. Even when those white people genuinely are good people and genuinely do their part to help with, you know, black struggles and, you know, colored people struggles in general. They try to do their part. But people of color have been going through so much because of white people. Do you really expect them to trust a white person, even if that white person is doing the right thing? At least at first, you know? It's entirely understandable. It's no different than Jews, you know? And what happened with the Nazis? Do you think that fucking Jews wouldn't be nervous around the Germans after the Nazis fucking were taken down? They probably still felt vindicated regardless. And and obviously I can't blame them. You know? Like, why would you blame them? It makes perfect sense that they would feel that way. The things that they've gone through in that place are exactly the reason why they would fear them again, or at least feel uneasy around them. It's the same with black people and white people in this country. I don't blame them at all. And that's the reason why I feel like it's necessary to point out that I'm not racist. I don't see black people or Asian people or Native people as differently for their skin color. I just see them as people. And I have never understood why anybody thinks differently than that. The color of somebody's skin, in my opinion, should never actually be important, ever. It should never be important. And aside from, like, cultural traditions, like your own cultural traditions, as far as your race goes, that's the only time your race should be important. I don't think when it comes to, like, judging somebody's, like, character or anything in that kind of light, race should have absolutely nothing to do with somebody's character. Period. End of story. I'm not a bad person for being white, just like somebody's not a bad person for being black, and just like somebody's not a bad person for being Asian. You're a bad person for doing bad things. You're a bad person for judging people for their skin color. Or, well, you're acting like a bad person in that case if you're just, you know, uneducated. But if you're unwilling to learn, then you're a shitty person. But, you know, like, how do I always roll slightly too late? So annoying. But like, I've never considered people differently, and I'll never understand why anybody does. It doesn't make sense to me. Like, skin color to me is so irrelevant. Like, I've seen so many, like, Norse pagans too talking about why black people shouldn't be able to be Norse pagans because it's a white culture. And I'm like, I don't know if y'all know this, but the Varangian Guard back in Greece were literally all Vikings too. Oh shit, I forgot about that. Oops. What? It works. Sick. I rolled too slow. It's okay. Oh, he's doing the thing. He's dead. I'm dead. Yep. Fuck me, man, that's hard. Literally, dude, that shit right there is, like, the biggest problem. That's, like, my biggest problem right there is that. So, I definitely think I can do this with Sif now. I think I know what to do. Hopefully she doesn't die though, but most of the time what I'm going to be doing in this boss fight, it seems like, is just waiting for him to do a dash or a jump attack or something, and then punishing him with a couple hits. God, I'm talking about this like it's a fighting game. But yeah, I don't. I know. I feel like I've talked about it for like the entire video now, but like, I don't know. Just I don't know why racism and how stupid it is to me is on my mind right now. You know what? I think it's because earlier today, somebody that I was friends with on Twitter today, or not today, like day before yesterday, made some really stupid transphobic joke about when somebody else posted something. And basically he said that this person was the reason that trans people will not ever see, or will not ever have rights. And I was like, you know, this sounds strikingly similar to like a lot of comments from white people that I've heard about black people. I've heard so many white people make this sentence, or say something along the lines of, black people will never have rights, or will not have rights. Black people will never will never, what was the word? Something about we'll never have equal rights. Yeah, there we go. We'll never have equal rights because of this or that, you know, like, or you know, for example, like, oh, this black person was seen, you know, doing this thing. So it's like, obviously, automatically, every black person must be guilty of the same thing, right? Black people must all be doing this thing because this one guy that happened to be black did it, right? Obviously. That's the first thought that goes through their stupid fucking brains. And it's annoying. It's not even annoying, it's disgusting. It's stupid. It's unreal. I can't understand how that thought process even works. Like, I don't understand. And I was like, it's literally the same kind of thing, because both trans people and black people have been through hell, dude. I'm not making comparisons. There's no comparison to make. I don't compare suffering. I don't compare trials and tribulations and things that people go through. I wouldn't compare the things that happen to the Jews to the things that have happened to black people and trans people either. I would just say that all three of those sects of people have been through horrible things. Black trans people have been treated worse than anybody on this list. It's like, barring maybe people in the Holocaust, but I mean, black trans people have had it worse than basically anybody else in the list besides that. Trans people and black people have a very close relationship. The two most the biggest trans advocates back in the day were two black trans women. You know? Like, that's the way shit was, you know? People, and even within trans circles, trans people judge other trans people, and it's really sad. Trans men are treated so fucking unfairly compared to trans women. Compared to trans women, dude, we get the fucking easy street, dude. People don't fucking care about us half the time, nowhere near as often as they do about trans men. Like, trans men don't see any kind of help, ever. People fucking just don't even acknowledge that they exist half the time. It's sad. Like, LGBT spaces are not as inclusive as they seem. Or at least some of them. Many of them, you know. A lot of them are not as inclusive as they seem. I got bumped by his foot, and I took force damage for it. That hit me? Oh my god, bro. No way that hit me. Oh my god, dude. Fucking hell, this boss is so lame. That range. Thank God I have another fucking humanity. But yeah, like LGBT, there's identity politics in general, dude. There's so much to deal with. I've pretty much stopped associating with it. Like, I read about it just to keep myself informed, but I don't really engage in it because It's just so fucking draining to fight now. Like, I've been fighting it for basically my whole life. Even with how I was raised. I mean, when I was younger, I definitely had, you know, those fun 2016 opinions, like the one that he, like this person, like this ex-friend of mine that I was talking about just a minute ago had, you know, these leafy as here ass fucking comments, but, I mean, that was back in the day, and I've since expunged any form of that kind of vocabulary and shitty weird shit that I used to laugh about from my fucking life. You know, it's still fucking crazy to me that people just running around saying the N-word with the soft A was just a normal thing that people did all over the place. People that weren't black. Like, it's actually fucking crazy to me that was just a normal thing that everybody did. And I mean, obviously there were people who didn't like it. That's obvious. I'm sure lots and lots and lots of black people didn't like it. But back then, nobody was saying anything about it. Nobody was making a big fuss. And social media at the time wasn't super huge. I mean, fucking hell, you'd go into a goddamn Modern Warfare 2 lobby and you'd hear the word in every other sentence any given person in that lobby was saying that had a mic. And was male in most cases. Because if it was a female, they wouldn't even have a chance to speak without the rest of the fucking dudes in the lobby being all over them. So, like, dude, people back then were built different. That whole era was built different, bro. Genuinely fucking crazy to me that shit was like that back then. God, this boss is so... If this boss takes too much longer, like... I've gotten him past half health now, and I know I can beat him, dude. Like, he doesn't feel that difficult now. Like, with the magic thing, I figured out how to dodge the fucking thing. And that thing is very easy to dodge now. The other one that shoots all the multiple ones forward is pretty scary, but, I mean, I can handle that once I learn to dodge it, but there's so much work to be done here, man. Another humanity is sick. But yeah, I don't know. I wish people would all be I wish people would just treat each other better. I do. I really do. And you know, it's probably a lot to ask from the world. Fucking God, I hate that fucking shit so much, man. Oh my fucking God, I'm so fucking tired of thinking things are gonna miss me and then they just don't miss me. There it is. Get away from him. Sorry, Sif, you had to take one for the team there. God damn, another one? Fuck. This dude's jumping around. Figured I'd jump bad like a fucking idiot. Bro, I need you to back off. God, his reach is insane. I thought he was gonna do something else. I can't see him. Oh, I can't target him. Going too slow. Sif, you poor dog. I'm taking all these hits. Oh, we got him walled in. Back it up. Oh my God, she's gonna be dead before the fucking second phase hits. Too early. I'm backing up. I'm getting away. Oh no, there's a wall here. Nope, I'm dead. Oh man, this fucking boss, dude. Oh god. Fucking boss sucks so much fucking dick, dude. I don't wanna fight this boss anymore. Listen, you know what? Look, I'm gonna save this boss. You know what? I'm gonna do this boss after. I'm gonna go kill Gwen. Fuck this. I'm gonna go kill Gwen in this episode. We're gonna call it good. And you know what? I'm gonna play through again, and I'm gonna whoop his ass on NG+. Fuck that. Fuck this. I'm gonna just go do that. I'm gonna just do that. Because I would rather do that. Because I don't want to sit through this grind forever. Because I don't want to keep doing this. I don't want this fucking shit to last forever. So I'm gonna go kill Gwen. But I will be killing Manus. I will come back and kill Manus. It's a guarantee. It's happening.
No, I'm fine. Well, I'm wide awake. Do not treat me like an old withering snake.
But yeah, I just want people to be treated better, you know.
Well, is it something
That's sad. It's really sad. I was telling other people too, at one point, I was like, listen, you need, if you want to call yourself an ally as far as trans rights and Black Lives Matter and stuff like that goes, take the time and go out of your way to research them. Research their history, like I did. Because I love locks. I love locks a lot. I have locks. I did a shit ton of research on how to properly maintain and create locks by hand if you don't do they call them negligence locks, I believe, but they also call them freeforms or natties. I just call them freeforms, but I did a shit ton of research on their history and where they came from because I wanted to know about it. I wanted to be educated on them before I even remotely considered having them. But I've always wanted locks. I've always thought locks were such an awesome hairstyle. And I'd always heard stories of black people having been turned down from jobs for having locks, or being fired for having them, or things like that, or just their hair, not even just locks, but just their hairstyles in general. And it's like, I don't understand why. It's never made sense to me. I've always thought their hairstyles were so awesome. Even to this day, like, the kind of cool-ass hairstyles that these tribes have, there's such special hairstyles to them. They're like an important part of their cultures, and they're just kind of staples of who they are as people and their history. Well, okay, I parried that, though? I don't know what you mean. Bro, let's be real here. I 100% parried that swing the first fucking time, but okay, whatever. Fucking whatever. Let's just call that fucking good, I guess, dude. Oh man, what the fuck? Well, I guess I wasn't expecting to die, but I should have slept. I should have sat at the Lord Vessel. Can you go to the Lord Vessel? You can't, can you? Sunlight Altar? No, that's not it. You can't. Oh my fucking god. That means I have to go there from Firelink every time. It's so annoying. Well, at least till I get down there. Like, you have to sit at the fucking Lord Vessel to be able to spawn at it. But you also can't warp to it if you're anywhere else. So you still have to go to the Lord Vessel and sit through a cutscene. And you have to sit through his fucking slow ass waking up. Oh my god.
No.
Shut up. Get up already. Let's go. Hurry up. But yeah, like, I think if people spent more time researching the things that... researching people researching trans people, researching black people. I think if people spent more time doing that, racism would be a lot less prominent. I think if people actually took the time to understand each other and took the time to respect each other and understand where these types of people came from, so that you don't fucking make blatantly uninformed statements about them and their histories. Don't treat them like shit for being not white or not you. Fucking, it's not a difficult concept to grasp to not consider colored people inferior to you, and I don't understand how it has become one. How people have somehow decided that being black or being basically any color that isn't white is somehow it makes them inferior, and therefore have created a system of judgment based on it. It's preposterous. It's fucking stupid. It's ridiculous. It makes absolutely no sense. There's no justification for it. Period. There will never be a justification for racism. Not in my eyes. Ever. Like, I don't understand. I fucking never will. But I think if people went out of their way to learn more, that there would be a lot less, hate, honestly. Oops. Even with hairstyles too, like, so many white people will go out of their way to have like black hairstyles. Like, I've seen so many white people with like hairstyles that you wouldn't see on a white person ever, unless it was a white person trying way too hard to be black. And it's like, me having locks, I didn't get locks because of like, I was like, ooh, yeah, I want to get locks because they're trendy. Like, I got locks because I think I did get locks because I think they look cool, but that wasn't the primary reason that I got locks. Number one, my hairstyle change in general went from just really long hair to a significant chunk of my hair disappearing. I've considered my hair a bit. Oh, finally, I got something. Jesus, took long enough. My hair has been a very considerably important symbol to me in my life. It's been something that's kind of stuck with me my whole life. It's been important to me. So changing my hair was a symbol of change for me in my life. And the locks were just another part of that. The locks were just another part of where I started my locks. My hair will grow past that, and I will have locks that were natural and grow past where I started them. And those locks will show a long road of, growing and changing, and that's what I want. I wanted a way to mark my change. And that's something that I've heard of, because I've talked to a lot of black people about their locks, and, the spirituality that comes with locks, because a lot of that stems all the way back to the Kemet times. And there's so many spiritual ties to locks, even, like, especially in, like, Jamaica. Bob Marley, especially, was somebody that spread the idea that locks are something that contain and spread love and care, or love and acceptance. They're something that are a symbol of those things. And I like that. I've always really liked that. I grew up around black people. Like, it was like, my best friends were all black. I was friends with the vast majority of the people in my apartment complexes, because I lived in two of them where most of the people that I was friends with were black. And I lived in both of those places the vast majority of my life, so that's who had the most influence on basically my whole life. And through them, I learned a lot about what their lives were like. Like, I spent so much time with my friends at their houses and their families, with their dinners and their family get-togethers, and I feel like I felt no stronger family bond than any kind of family bond that I shared with a black family that I was friends with when I was a kid. I had so many friends that I wish I could still talk to, and the thing is a lot of us losing contact after that, after those years, was just people go separate ways, you know. Stuff is out of our control sometimes, and we have to fucking go somewhere. Oh, whoops. I don't know what I'm doing. I was just gonna go fight Gwen. But, you know, people just go their separate ways. It happens. But those people still were in my life for so long, and they had such impactful, you know, existences in my life. So, the situation of people that I loved and people that I currently love and care about being treated differently for their skin color is something that is very important to me and means a lot to me, and I think that's why I feel so strongly about it lately, is just because a lot of my friends are going through things that I can't genuinely do too much about except support them, and it sucks because they shouldn't be treated the way they are. They really fucking shouldn't, and it's not fucking fair. Anyway, I'm gonna change the subject and try not to, you know, keep dwelling on this topic, because it's not really a topic that needs to be discussed this much. That one, I forgot how fast that one was. Like, alright. Oh, well, you know, I guess you can kill Gwen and just not link the flame. I didn't think about that. I really didn't. I didn't think about it that way, to be honest. Oh, but I can get Gwen's sword, though, which looks a lot like Guts' sword, to be honest. Oh, wait, no, you can't. That's right. You either leave or you link it. Well, I guess I did the dark ending by accident. That's okay, though. I don't really care which ending I get. Well, I guess for now, this is the end of the Dark Souls series. But I will be coming back as soon as the Resident Evil series is over to kill Manus. Or not as soon as the Resident Evil series is over, but at some point in the future. Definitely not too long, but eventually. Okay, yeah, whatever. We've seen all this. It does let you start with all your fucking equipment, though, which I think is pretty nice. Alright. So, now I'm done with this, so I'm gonna go record that Resident Evil episode for today. Is it raining? Thank the gods. I appreciate y'all for watching this series, too. This series has been a lot of fun. It's been a pain in the ass, too, but it's been a lot of fun. I can't fucking wait to start fucking Dark Souls 2. Dude, I'm so fucking excited. I'll see you guys there.